The first one started a revolution. This one continues the evolution. Rhymes. Spitting bars here today. Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. Today we're taking a first look, run and review of the new Vanquish VS410 Origin Classic and Classic Pro. Here it is right here. This is an iterative evolution of the VS410 platform, and they're taking some things from the past, the body for example, this internationally inspired SUV body, and updating the VS410 platform to modernize some things and make some good changes. We're going to go through the whole thing, but the first thing I want to get out of the way right away is the difference between the Classic and the Classic Pro. I have here in front of you the Origin Classic Pro, and the two major differences between it and the Classic is it replaces the plastic axle housings with aluminum housings, and you get a set of X-ray wheels. The wheels, in this case, are clear to match the axles. You can have either black anodized or clear anodized. On the Classic, there are no wheels included at all, and the axles are molded plastic. Otherwise, everything else is the same, but not the same as it used to be. Some changes. I'll walk you through them as we go through the entire truck. For the purposes of this build-up, I used the X-ray wheels with some IFR rings that I had on hand and some scale hardware to help kind of make it feel a bit more scale. I also am running the Vanquish Toyo Open Country RT Pro tires. These are the 4.65 1.9 inch tires. I really like them. I think it's a great addition to the Vanquish tire lineup. It's probably my favorite Vanquish tire, if I'm honest. And I think they just really suited the whole look of this truck. Speaking of the look of it, this livery that I've done here is sort of reminiscent of a Formula One livery on a Williams car from many, many years ago. I cut all the graphics on my Bamboo H2D as a plotter cutter, and I used a variety of spray paints and airbrush techniques to get the paint on the body. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks great. And speaking of that body, you'll notice right away that there are no more body holes, no more body clips either. This is an entirely new body mount system that Vanquish has designed, and it's pretty darn good. I'm going to go through that with you now. It's called the DERP, which stands for Dual... What does it stand? I can never remember. That body mount system is called the Dual Engagement Retention Pin System, or DERP for short. I feel like they're trolling me with that one, but what they've decided to do here include molded inner fenders, and in those inner fenders you'll be able to see right there's this nice big tabbed clip. You can pull that out basically one-handed, and it goes through the entire body and into the other inner fender to lock the body in place. And I'll pull the other one out here so we can get a good look at those inner fenders, because that is another major point of change that they've done to this. On the inside of the body, there are two mounting posts. One on the rear here, which goes through that rear tailgate, and then another one on the front that goes through the grille. And those slide and key into place on those inner fenders to basically lock that body into place. Once you put the pins in, it's a very firm, rigid fit. Body's not going to come flying off unless you throw it off a cliff, which I have been known to do. But it is a very, very nice, clean system. I'm going to put the posts back in so you can see what this retention system is like and how robust it is. There you go. You can see on the chassis there now, that's where the pin goes in the front, and then there is the rear one there as well. And it's clipped in place sort of just with friction. It has this nice sort of like angled sort of arrowhead style clip system that just keys right into the post and keeps the body in place. It's a great system, and it works really, really well. It's a lot better than anything using a body pin. Gone are the days that we need to worry about that, please. But it is a really good way to retain that body on the chassis. I really like it a lot. So since we've got the body off, let's talk a little bit about the chassis. It is a VS410 through and through. Not a lot of mechanical changes there. You're still getting a VFD transmission, still getting the same outputs. 6% overdrive is standard on this one. Bearings throughout, metal gears, really nice design and very rigid. That's one thing about the Vanquish trucks, is that there is a lot of rigidity built into this chassis, and it's a very strong, robust platform. It's been used many, many times over, and I gotta say, it's probably one of my favorite platforms of all time. So it's nice to see that Vanquish hasn't changed anything mechanical, because all of that stuff works fantastically well. It is not a VFD twin, so you're not getting any of the benefits of a shiftable overdrive or dig unit, but those are things that you can add to this later. If you wanted to add dig, you can add dig. If you want to do a complete VFD twin swap, you can do that as well. These trucks are all set up and quite modular in that way, so anything can be modified in the future. They're still including a nice big battery tray, which of course is your mounting point for the dig servo if you want to end up using that in the future. And they've gone back to these nice body retaining sliders. They have these nice plastic tabs where the body slides in between the tab and the outer area of the slider to keep the body in place on the sides. It's a really nice, strong system. They used this originally on the original Origin, and it was machined out of aluminum. In this case, it's back to molded plastic. Alongside the derp body retaining system, that name, these plastic inner fenders also incorporate plastic shock hoops. So we're not using a standalone plastic molded shock hoop anymore. It's all integrated, and the one main benefit to that is that you are getting a lot more mounting positions for your shocks, front and rear. So you can move them around 5 different locations in the front and then 5 different locations in the rear to optimize your suspension setup to however you like it. I've gone with the rear and topmost hole in the front and the middle hole on the top in the rear. As for electronics, I'm running the Crawlmaster HV. This is the high voltage ESC, Futaba radio, and I had a direct power Power Hobby 14 volt programmable servo up front here. I think it's quite the torque monster. This is the 8014MG. It's a waterproof Power Hobby servo. Had it handy, and because the Holmes doesn't have a very strong BEC, I thought direct power was the best way to go. If you are interested in any of those electronics, I'll put a link down below. As for the rest of the truck, these are the revised S80 shocks, so they're going to be leak resistant, more so than the originals, which were leak ready. We are also getting the original Origin plastic front and rear bumpers as well. I really like these bumpers. They do a nice job of sort of complementing the body, and I think they look really good. Still getting very nice stainless, thick, lower links. We get a little bit thinner on the upper links, but they're using the revised rod ends as well, so these are going to be a little bit stronger as well. And these nice clear anodized aluminum axles look fantastic under there. It is a straight axle kit, so Classic or Pro, they are straight axles. I like to see that. Portals are nice, but straight axles, I think, just are much more realistic and keeps the center of gravity a little bit lower on this truck. If you are interested in rock lights, the new inner fenders still have positions to mount all those rock lights, and a nice little other thing too, there's a little clip on either side for your wiring to go under, so everything gets nice and retained, so you're not like having a bunch of wires floating around there. I think that's actually good thinking, like forward thinking from Vanquish. Still plenty of room up front for a second servo, so you can add a winch if you want, and then there is even a fair lead still built into the front bumper as well, so you can just have that winch line go straight out the front there, which is really nice. I really do like how this derp system works. It does a really excellent job, and you can tell that body is on there really, really rigidly. It's not going to come off. As for construction of the kit, couldn't be more straightforward. I've built a number of VS410s over the years, and Vanquish's instruction manuals are also really easy to follow. There's nothing that should come as any surprise to you. Nice clear manual, no surprises in here. Very simple kit to put together, but like I said, very robust. And gives you very good instructions along the way. They also include a number of stickers, all of the decals for tinted windows, of course. You also get the classic set of decals. And if you buy a Pro, you get a special Pro set of decals as well. I didn't end up using any of them except the taillights, because that's all paint. It's so great to see this old body style back again in production on a production vehicle. It just, to me, this just says so much about where Vanquish has come from and where they're going. It's really nice to see an iterative design that improves the truck overall. I think it really is fantastic, and it's a great kit. Whether you decide to go with the Classic or you decide to go with the Classic Pro, there's nothing really here to be disappointed about. And I think even the benefit of getting the Classic is that you're not limited to whatever wheels are included. You can put whatever wheels on there you like. And like you, I had so many choices to make, and I almost didn't put the X-rays on here because I was like, I like these too much. I don't want to get them all dirty. But no, it is a really great truck. The inner fenders with the integrated shock hoops, it's a bit of a concern in that you're sort of locked into those shock hoops. You can't change them if you want to keep the inner fenders. Also, if you manage to break one of them, you'll probably have to replace the entire fender, and I bet you they aren't sold individually. So there might be a bit of a thing there. I'm also a little bit wary on the name and the naming conventions. We already have an H10 Origin. We've got the original Origin that came out with this body so many years ago, and now we've got the Origin Classic and Origin Classic Pro. I almost feel like this could have had a different name to separate itself from all of the other ones. But like I said, if this is just an iterative evolutionary design, then maybe going back to the original Origin name makes a lot of sense, because this should evoke some good feelings for some of you. As for costs, the Origin Classic with plastic axles and no wheels included is going to be $399, which I think is pretty reasonable for a kit of this quality and caliber. With the aluminum parts, the aluminum axles and the X-ray wheels included with the Classic Pro, price goes up to $849.99, and that can be a difficult pill to swallow. It's not cheap, but if you look at the upgrade costs to put aluminum axles and aluminum wheels on there with all the hardware and everything, you're probably looking at more than that anyway. So it's really going to be up to you. If you want to do it over time and make it an evolutionary kit build, maybe the Classic is the right one for you. If you're like me and you already want all the upgrades, Classic Pro. I am, after all, a professional. Do you think that the Origin name is a good one? Let me know down in the comments down below. You know I love reading through your feedback, and I try to answer as many of those comments as I can. Of course, if you're enjoying this video and you like to see reviews of new vehicles that have come out, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get updates anytime there's a new video from the Scale Builders Guild. For the money, I do wish that Vanquish included the original interior that came with the Origin body. Seeing the inside of the electronics and chassis is a bit of a letdown, and that interior does a great job of hiding all of that. I'm a big fan of this body style. I've had a few of these Origin SUV style bodies over the years, and here's another one that I did a long time ago. That's on the VS410 Portal Builders kit. So having another one in the stable for me is an excellent thing. If you like excellent things, you might want to consider joining the channel membership. You get to see all sorts of videos before everybody else, behind the scenes content, how-tos, tips and tricks, travel logs, all kinds of additional content that you cannot get anywhere else. If that's something that interests you, please take a minute to help me thank all of these loyal ding-dongs for being a part of that tight-knit community. Such a great way to share some additional stuff, and you get to see things before everybody else, which I think is a bonus in and of itself. So if you're interested in that, link down below. This is a really great place to start. If it's your first Vanquish kit, I think you'll be really, really pleased with the results. It's just such a nice truck, and it just does so well. There's a lot of versatility in the VS410, and I think we're seeing all that can be done with it. Otherwise, I think this is a great release. Vanquish did a really nice job, and I'm excited to get it outside and see how it does. I don't think we're going to see anything vastly different from any VS410 before it, but it is nice to get outside, so let's do that now. I think that's going to do it. Thank you so much to Vanquish for sending me the VS410 Origin Classic Pro. Derp. And thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.